Well, now, to add to this learning process, with his immense expertness, amidst your thundering applause, I would like to invite on stage Dr. Debasish Dey. Professor Dr. Debasish Dey is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology, West Bengal, India. He has received MTech from University of Calcutta in 2002 and PhD from Jadavpur University in 2005. He is a senior member at IEEE, fellow IETE, and a life member at CSI. He was awarded the prestigious Boys Caste Fellowship by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, to work at the Heriot-Watt University, Scotland, UK. He has received the Endeavour Fellowship Award from 2008 to 2009 by DEST Australia to work at the University of Western Australia. He has received the Young Scientist Award in 2005 at New Delhi and in 2011 in Istanbul, Turkey, from the International Union of Radio Science, Belgium. In 2016, he received the J.C. Booth Research Award from IET New Delhi. In 2019, he received the Shiksha Ratna Award from the Government of West Bengal. He has established the Center of Mobile Cloud Computing for IoT applications. He is the Vice Chair of New Computing STC of the IEEE Computer Society. He has published 375 journals, 200 conference papers, 15 books, and has filed 10 patents, 2 granted projects sponsored by AI, CTE, UGC, WBDST, World Bank, AWS, and MIT. His H index is 42 and the citation is 8,200. Supervised 25 PhD students and was listed at the top 2% scientist list of the world, Stanford University, USA. His research interest is mobile cloud computing, IoT, AI, and quantum computing. He is chairman of IETE and CSI Kolkata Chapter. Please give him a huge round of applause. May I please request Dr. Takis to please present the flower bouquet to sir.
And thank you once again, and I'd like to start my topic called, I think I've given the topic called how this AI is actually coming to cloud, how this AI is actually coming to this quantum computing, and also for our day-to-day life. So this is a topic which I choose based on that theme of AI on IoT and cloud and also quantum computing. I'll try to touch all these 3 points together. So the topic, since morning we have learned that privacy is one of the topic, right? This topic I am trying to cover only the privacy part. Only the privacy part, okay? And with the help of cloud computing as well as IoT. So Federated Learning is one of the machine learning techniques which takes care of this privacy. So we can learn the behavior of user, we can learn the behavior of the edge devices, but without leaking the privacy of the human being or the devices. We just capture the pattern out of it, not the user's identity. So I'll try to show that with the help of Internet of Drones. You know, drone is one of the very popular nowadays, and also it is an IoT device. You know, IoT means Internet of Things or Internet of Everything, which connects all the products, means everything, right? Even we are all connected with our Alexa or our IoT devices. We can call this Ola, Uber, or our IoT. So IoT is part and parcel of our life, right? Now here IoT in between D is coming, D for drone, right? So this drone is very important that you can see this picture. We have multiple drones which is flying on the sky, and they are connecting to each other. They are communicating to each other, but I will show you how they are communicating to each other in a privacy preserving manner. So that is the motto. First is IoDT, second is drone security, and third one is Federated Learning based Internet of Drone Things. Okay. Now, as I mentioned that our motto is to connect the whole world through these drones, and actually these drones are giving the support for the smart city development. And if you see, we have a center called Center of Mobile Cloud Computing in our university, where we actually work on the devices which has mobility. Any device, your mobile device to your car or the drones which has mobility in nature. If we have published one book called Mobile Cloud Computing. That means from your mobile phone itself, we can connect to the cloud through the apps. Everyone know that app is a part and parcel of our life. Even we cannot sustain for a single minute without these apps. And actually what is happening, we are using these apps, actually we are connecting our mobile device to the cloud. So the ecosystem is known as mobile cloud computing. And the technology by which actually we are transferring the data from mobile to the cloud is called known as offloading. We are offloading our data or the task. Say suppose you are calling Ola or Uber, whatever, anything. We are offloading the data. Or suppose you want to do a large amount of job. So you are capturing some video and putting it to YouTube. We are offloading our data. We are making the job easy for the mobile phones and we are transferring it to YouTube. Many places we are transferring to the online lectures to the YouTube. So mobility is the biggest challenge in the modern day. And if you see the drones, which is playing a major role, and these are the basic physics. I'm not going into it. Yeah, better. Now these drones are playing major role, especially if you see the drones has multiple wings, right? And they comes with BLDC motors and yeah, I can. So based on the thrust, is giving very simple basic physics principle. Drone is moving up, and both the zones, the drones has clockwise and anti-clockwise movement for the drones. Then only the drone will move up, based on the basic physics. And nowadays, more important thing is that drones are capable of carrying the human being. Even I was some of these drones in Gujarat. You can carry up to 130 kg. Maybe in future you will see everyone is coming for or moving on the drone, using the drones only on the sky. So yeah, just imagine after 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, multiple drones will be operating like our cars, or maybe it can be Ola or Uber will come to you and they will drop to a certain place, right? But only challenge we are facing, and many countries already started. In India, it has started for Indian Navy. You search in YouTube, you will get it. Indian Navy, they have started on 130 kg to the seashore. They are moving these connections and they are transferring the data. Now the cloud is almost 30 years old technology. So since morning we have had a lot of lecture on cloud computing, risk, security and cloud, but cloud is a long distance, right? So suppose we are talking about Amazon cloud, which is around, where it is in Mumbai, right? If you see Amazon, it is in Mumbai. So if you do a certain operation and data will go offloading to the cloud, it will come back. Lot of delays here. Lot of risk is also involved, right? So instead of doing that, we are providing these services, right? Platform as a service, software as a service, infrastructure as a service to the edges. We call it as edge computing. Especially we are working on mobile edge computing, where we are giving the powers to our handheld devices like laptops, and your mobile phone is also now powerful. We have 16 GB RAM in our mobile phone. It can capture a lot of data, it can process a lot of data. Computing capability is also increasing. So now it is not the age of cloud computing, it is the edge computing. And it is a workshop of AI, right? We are providing this intelligence, AI, to the edges. So our edges becomes much more powerful in nature. Now this is one of the basic scenario, and the drones are one such edge device. And we are providing this intelligence to the drones. Even you can see the smart city, all the sensors, the many cities, if you see, it is already there. It is not future technology, it's already there. The city traffic signal control is done by the red or green, it is controlled by the drone itself. Even if someone is overspeeding, the drone will go capture the number plate and the picture of the driver and send the fine. Already it is implemented, one of my senior in Calcutta. Okay. And he is doing it he's in sector 5, his name is Tinku Acharju. I think you know, some of you know. He is doing a lot of video analytics software. He has more than 200 patents on it, and almost all the airports his software is installed. Okay. So you understand, these drones are also using for home healthcare system. Suppose you are connected to a certain hospital. Doctors are less still in our country. So hospital, they can send the drone. They can take the picture and all the analysis, basic analysis of the human being, and they can send the data to the medical caregivers. So all the medical operations are happening through this drones itself. Now you understand, rather you can appreciate that why the privacy is required, because we cannot leak the data of patients, right? So that is the reason we need the privacy for the drones itself. Now, when the drones are flying on the sky, we have heard about learning, machine learning, training, testing, but drones are flying on the sky. They are learning in the air. So that is more challenging. So one of the mobility analytics problem, but this learning is happening in the air. Also, if you have underwater drones, they're learning in the water. There are various research challenges are there, but means whole world is working in the domain of how to provide this intelligence to the drones on the sky, also under the water. So the technology is called mobile edge computing, means mobility with edge. The drones has mobile with edge. So we have published one book called Mobile Edge Computing. We have given at least 22 chapters how to develop the models and how to make it intelligent. So for intelligence, we have another book called AI for IoT, right? So those who are interested, I can share this book to you. Now this level of intelligence, three layers of intelligence. One is centralized intelligence in the cloud. For example, Amazon cloud or other Google cloud. Second layer is intelligence in the base station level or centralized unit. But we are more interested in now in the local intelligence. We call it Edge AI. And if you see the recent research papers, last 2-3 years, maybe 21 to 23, 90% research is only on the lower layer. So what is the challenge? We have to provide intelligence to the drones, intelligence to the cars. We have already discussed about driverless car. So a lot of challenges are there, and lightweight. Most important is lightweight. We cannot put a software which is heavy in nature. So we have to think about the algorithm which is lightweight and it can be installed easily, so that there is no hanging or this thing will happen. So for real-time operation, say suppose traffic control system, it should be real-time. We cannot go to the cloud because accident will happen in between. Or some surgery, robotic surgery, it is happening to the edge intelligence.
So drone can be basically compared to a CPU which moves.
Exactly.
Can we?
Yeah, exactly.
That is
it's an edge device which can move and which can perform multiple operations. Yeah. So we are using 5G, 6G. Why 5G, 6G? Because it is providing more bandwidth. Because bandwidth is required, because we are sending not only the text data, we are sending the video data as well, right, for various analysis. Most important thing is that these drones are now autonomous. See, is a very, the song? Who is the singer? Who is the singer? Shilajit.
Oh, sorry.
Shilajit, isn't it? Very popular song.
Yeah.
Why I have given it? Because it has very interesting significance with this drone. The bird can fly by themselves. Do we need any instruction to go? If they can see something interesting, some fruit, the bird will fly automatically. Similarly, we are providing similar sort of intelligence to our drones. So in our lab, we are providing this intelligence to the drone itself. We are doing various IoT modeling, various blockchain system or whatever. We are providing this intelligence to the drones so that we are installing in drone in certain areas, say Shambajar Pachpatan mode, okay, or any other in very important areas where drone can see sudden accident. So no one will give instruction. Drone can think something abnormal is here. So suppose 2% is lying on the ground. So drone can capture the image, and through the deep learning techniques, they can give the instruction to the control room, send the ambulance, right? Actually, it is happening. So that is the reason drone becomes autonomous.
But
Suppose there is a, yes?
major dependence on the cellular network, right?
Yeah, without internet, nothing is happening. Internet is, IoT starts with internet. Okay. Now if, along with this, there is some fire, then along with the ambulance, the fire brigade will also come. And everything is happening automatically. Automatically, mind it. And this is not a science fiction, it is already implemented in many countries. Already implemented. Even in the Sector 5 also, or Newtown also, some parts, this thing is happening. Okay, if you are interested, I can show you. There are lots of applications, from infrastructure to mining, agriculture. There's one of my friends is from Garuda Drone. His name is Madhu. He is doing 500 crore rupees business. He's from Chennai. Only for agriculture, intelligent agriculture drones. What is that? They are giving intelligence to the drones, and based on the type of crops, sometimes the crop requires 4-time watering, 1-time pesticides, it's programmed accordingly. So it is called customized kind of drone technology, right? So we are providing that kind of intelligence to the case-to-case basis, right? And he got the award from Prime Minister.
How costly are these drones?
Drones, what we develop is 25 to 30,000, normal.
But the data has to be industry specific, right? For
Data is based on the customer need. So we have to talk to the, first level is that you have to talk to the customer, means the farmers, to know what is the type of crops they are doing, what are the type of diseases are there. So accordingly everything has been programmed.
purpose basis that drones would.
Yes, exactly. So for example, you know that earlier we have a concept that we have to give the pesticide to the whole field. It is damaging the quality and everything. So if you see, multiple drones are there on the field, and they are doing an intelligent network, and they are putting the pesticide only to the affected area. Just like our surgery. We are not doing the surgery on the whole body, only to the affected place. Same kind of, so this is a part of precision agriculture. Precisely we are finding out what is the problem, and accordingly we are solving it. So if you see, it can handle large amount of data. Volume, velocity and variety. Heterogeneous data it can handle. So it can handle the big data, basic principle, 3 V's, right? Now, if a drone with this, as you said that it's like a CPU or GPU kind of thing, which can handle huge amount of data, just imagine, a drone is moving and capturing so much data of the whole city or the whole field or the agriculture field. Is it not like an elephant? It's just a comic picture to understand the philosophy. It can carry huge amount of SSD drive. We are putting, instead of hard drive, we are putting SSD. SSD is lightweight, everyone knows that. So we are putting this SSD, and it is very lightweight, but it can carry huge amount of data. And the computation capability is very high, so it is faster. It can carry huge amount of data. It is intelligent, like a Superman. Agree? Now, our target is to not connect to the upper layer. Our target is to connect to the underwater also. What do you call in Bengali or Hindi? Swargo, Matto and Patal. So 3 layers you have to connect. So our target is to connect the top layer, bottom layer and this. So we worked on both the types of drones. But everyone has their own challenges. So PwC, everyone knows PwC is a company who given a forecast, tech forecast, in 2016, I believe, yeah. 16. They have mentioned that what will be the characteristics of intelligent drones, rather autonomous drones. It's very interesting. And everyone till date, these 7 things we are following. They can fly by themselves, means autonomous. Second is they can crawl in the mining areas, right? They can talk to each other, means communicate. One drone, like a human being, I can talk to each other. We can communicate through various protocols, right? They can recognize a face. They can understand who is the person, right? They can climb and they can also grab the object. Now, drones will be using for, in Bangalore, I think, is used for coffee delivery. That is not it. Pizza delivery, or maybe biryani delivery, whatever. They are using for various delivery systems. But there is also a challenge. If you see YouTube, there are very interesting videos are there. Drones are flying with the coffee, Starbucks, and bird is attacking because of good smell. Now the Starbucks company, they did a big protection of the coffee so that no smell comes out. Strong smell means it attracts the birds and other things. So yeah, various challenges are always there, but what is the advantage? It can deliver without any hassle. Sometimes while I was driving in the Calcutta, I've seen my car is scratch comes with Zomato, or they run so fast without asking, they make scratches on the car, and they car rash driving. So if you use these drones, that problem can be solved. And last one is most important. As I've started the discussion that we'll be maybe after 5 years, maybe everyone will be moving into the drones only, right? That time, just imagine how many number of people are flying on the sky. The collision probability is high. So we have to make a anti-collision movement. Means movement will be there, but there will be no collision. So there are a lot of technology, AI-based technology has been deployed to avoid this collision. So these are some of the pictures.
Are there no regulations which control
Yes, there are lots of regulations for drone movement, especially in the airport area. What is the height you can go? Which drone you cannot move in country like India. You have to sign a documents also for that.
Do you have to take license for it?
Yes. But for university,
All drones.
we are exempted. We are doing for research purpose, but yes, for if you're doing it practically for commercial, you have to do it. Drone regulatory authority is there. Yeah, drone is there. If you search on,
What is the act or what is the...
there are a lot of documents, pages are there. Drone regulatory authority is there, and every year they keep on changing the rules. Which height, which zone, how many kilometers it can move. Every country has their own regulation for the drones for flight.
Achha, I've got one question. Suppose a drone, like for hospitals, they have sent a drone to take some data from certain
Exactly.
area. Now, suppose they are collecting all sorts of data, which are necessary, not necessary, maybe private, maybe secure data. So drones has to take only the data which is required, right? So what
Yes.
they are doing with that other data means which may not be for that purpose.
Yeah, actually it is a filtering technique. It depends on the controller who is actually controlling the whole operations. Right.
But it is capturing all the
He is
data.
capturing all the data. Yes, I
and
agree with you.
sending and
These are the challenges. I agree with you. These are the challenge areas. But one company in Calcutta, they have developed this healthcare. Okay, TCS Research Lab, they have developed this model. And not only for drones, they also you can navigate from one lab to other lab. It means one room to other room navigation. Because navigation becomes very easy using the help of these drones.
But they are used, they are through AI. They are navigating through different spaces.
Yes. And another thing is that drone is not a new technology. It is started in 1950. Why suddenly becomes so popular? Becomes two reasons. One is autonomous. Second is intelligent. AI was not there in 1950 that much, that high level. So now it is possible. We have published one paper how the evolution of drones happens. It becomes so popular nowadays. Everyone is using, and India is going to be one of the largest drone user, especially for border security. Okay, I cannot disclose, but we are doing a lot of things for this kind of areas. Okay, right? Funding is huge. Those who are interested, funding is huge. Many companies and many government agencies, especially MATI, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, they are giving lots of fund for this drone-based research. So, yeah, these are the basic structures. These are the electronics part. I'm not going in detail. This is the telemetry part. Another very important thing is drones are flying on the sky. They need the charging also, right? So for the charging, there is a base stations coming up. Flying base station, like the EVs, electronic vehicles charging. So flying charging stations are there. You know that I have one iPhone. I think many of those iPhone, they can be wirelessly charged, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Put in the wireless base station. Similarly, drones will be sitting on it, moving, flying, but it can also get charged out of it. So this kind of research is also on, but these are intelligent charging stations. So there are multiple layers actually when we are talking about the drone-based sensing. First layer is a sensing layer or perception layer. Second layer is edge layer, as I mentioned, is the edge device. Then gateway, fog layer, and cloud layers. Everything will come one by one. And there are various challenges. Especially this is my slide for my research students. So every topic has a, that you can do PhD or that But for today's discussion, see, the last two is very important: intelligent data processing and the security and privacy. So I'll try to talk about privacy today because of the theme. So we also published some paper how to use these protocols. Protocols are important. While you're driving cars, this is important. In India, we have to left hand side, but if you go to US, go to right hand side. So whenever my brother comes from US, he just drive in the opposite direction. I don't allow him my car. So protocols are different country to country, right? So similarly, MQTT is another protocol. There are hundreds of protocols are available for IoT, message queuing, telemetric transport protocol. There are hundreds of protocols are there. What is the biggest challenge, Risk of the challenge is every company has their own protocol. Then how one drone will talk to other drone? So there is a term called interoperability. IoT uses this term, interoperability. Means one technology, one protocol to other protocol. So when you're coming from US to India, you have to change your mindset that, okay, we have to drive with the car this direction.
All these are proprietary protocol.
Yes. Standard protocols of IoT.
But there should be some common protocol which both this.
MQTT is the most common protocol. Message queuing, telemetry transfer protocol.
We had this when we started networking in computers.
Yes.
We had ARP and then finally came to TCP/IP. Right?
Exactly. So suppose you have seen that sometimes you have HP wireless access point. If you buy Cisco, they do not communicate to each other. We face a lot of problems of communication. Vendor specific, right? Isn't it? So a lot of challenges are there. So in IoT, we are using this software-defined interoperability, one to other, A to B, B to A, switching. And switching has a lot of risk also. Since everyone is expert in risk, you understand the risk is very high. Very high in the sense that if something abnormal things comes, you have to be careful that whether the protocol is standard protocol or not, whether the thing is in your list or not.
But that IoT also can be standardized also.
Yes, IoT has a lot of standard issues. Even IEEE standards are available. Protocol standards are available. Okay. Now, there are 3 levels of services: QoS0, QoS1 and QoS2. So suppose you are in a hotel, we have deluxe room, super deluxe room, suite room. So based on the price you are giving, you will be getting the services. QoS0 gives basic service where there is a publisher drone. One drone can communicate to another drone. Subscriber to this another drone. It happens through a broker. See, only 2 connections and 3 connections there. But if you go for QoS1, multiple level of acknowledgements are there, so it is much more reliable. If you go for QoS2, levels are high and complexity is high, but reliability is also high. Now, when you are talking about the drone-to-drone connectivity, even it is happening in the cloud also, one of the very important terms is called scalability. Isn't it? Scalability means this one publisher drone, one to talk to other drones. 1, 2, up to N. Right? Through the MQTT they are talking to each other. Clear? Now it can be N can be 3. So I suppose in this group 70 participants are there. It is 70. So I am the publisher drone. Through the broker it is communicating to subscriber drones, right? By this way the communication is happening. It can be 1000 drones also. So scalability is not a matter. So scalability is the biggest advantage you can tell in terms of IoT. That is the reason Internet of everything. We can connect everything in this world.
But depending upon the protocol, the number of broker will increase, right?
Yes, I agree. Number of broker will increase. So these are some of the experiments. I'm not going in detail. Results. These are the energy consumption curves. So drones are also used for power grid. If there is failure of power, using the drone also it can support to the power grid. So it is by the power grid operations they are doing it. Right?
What kind of support it can provide at this point of time?
Where?
This power grids and all.
Or if there is a power failure, or suppose there is be a meeting. So these drones can go and they are providing these internet connections or whatever. Temporary establishment of the system means either in terms of power or in terms of internet, they are providing this facility.
They can work as a
They can
kind of a
access point or kind of thing. Yes, yes.
So primarily,
now what drones are being used as couriers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, the picture is not coming in. Now, another thing is that everyone knows blockchain is so popular, but due to some problem of power, maybe mining problem, blockchain has not been implemented. Although government of India has a lot of that brochure that how this blockchain will be implemented. Now, suppose I'm talking about one security problem that suppose 100 drones are there, say owned by me. If another intruder drone comes from other country, they want to talk to our drone. Maybe they want to get the data. So what is the solution? Maybe I will not be, our drone will not communicate to the drone unless and until the hash function matches. We know the blockchain handshaking is only possible one drone to other drone if the hash function matches, hash value matches, right? So if the hash value will not match, drone will not allow the drone to come to the loop, right? So we call it drone chain. Now the challenges are there. What is the speed, direction, angle, movement, mobility patterns? These are the biggest challenge. Challenge means that geographical fencing. The geofencing is especially in the border area. Suppose I'm telling you a very simple example. Although drones are used for security purpose, drones are also used for very bad purpose. You can see the current war is only drone based, and they are killing those people, the enemy. But how they recognize own people? That is the biggest challenge. That is happening through face recognition, YOLO, and various other technologies are there. So people are trying to find out what are the challenges are actually there, and accordingly, border security forces and all that, they are working on it. Otherwise, it's going to be biggest challenge. I don't know why it's not coming picture. Okay. Picture is not there. There is a drone with lighting system. Okay. Drone lighting system. Drone lights are so popular. Yesterday I was in Delhi. Last 2 days we are wearing mask only because of so much pollution. AQI is very high. I think you are also there, no? So it's so high, that everyone is wearing masks like COVID time, right? So nowadays drones are used for pollution-free lighting system. And another very important challenge is that when you are talking about the 3D lighting system, it happens in India that there is a competition, drone dance competition. I was also part of the committee. Drone dance competition means how the drone will dance on the sky. Okay. The name of the competition is Robotics. Okay. Drone with robotics. Okay. There is a challenge, maybe you know better than me, that suppose one country, suppose India is celebrating, say, our 15th August, our Indian flag is on the sky, and it is a software defined patterns. Maybe 100 drones are used to define the flag with different colors and so, right? Now, it can happen if someone can hack your pattern, it can give other countries, I'm not telling another country name, but other countries' pattern. So it will be, you understand, it will be very bad for our reputation of our country. So actually it is happening. A lot of security threats in IIT Delhi, there is a competition, hack the drone. There is someone told about that, do not lose control, right?
Yeah.
This morning, there was this famous song of Amir Khan, right? Lose control, right? So if you lose the control over the drones, very peculiar things are happening, and because the software pattern can be controlled wirelessly. If one drone can hack the other drone, the total pattern can be changed. It's the biggest security challenge. Okay. Now another very important challenge is we faced that we are talking about Internet of drones, right? Internet of drones, where Internet is playing a major role. But do you think Internet is available everywhere in our country? Internet is available everywhere? Good strength? No. No. Madam, I asked a question. Internet is, if you go to village area, hardly you will get a signal. In my house, one of my houses is very old, 130 years old, Calcutta house. Even I cannot get my signal in my house because of the thickness of the wall. So the problem is, what is the solution? Anyone can tell?
Another drone.
No. Solution is that if, listen, there is a sometimes you get internet, but disturbed internet.
Yeah.
Internet is going on and on. This is a very common phenomenon. So there is a technology called dew computing, and IEEE started this STC, Special Technical Committee. I am the vice chairman of this committee. So what is the purpose? We have to make a standard. What will be the cache memory of your drones? If your cache is high, cache memory is high, then drone will not lose connection. I can tell you a very simple example. Suppose everyone is in Google Meet, you can do a simple experiment. Those who are using iPhone, they will not be disconnected, but the others will be disconnected. Because the less cache memory is there. So it is recommended for consumer electronics to be published in IEEE Consumer Electronics magazine. Drones must have high cache memory. We call it dew drone. It is published last year, 22. So drones must have very high cache memory. Otherwise, because drones are moving on the height, so height signal is less. So you know that drone cache is very, very important. So when you want to buy the mobile phone, we always see what is RAM and ROM, but we must see what is the amount of cache memory in your device. Also for disaster management, drones are playing an excellent role. But I want to go for last part. This is called Federated Learning. Federated Learning is one of the distributed computing system. It's a machine learning technique. It is a privacy preserving machine learning technique. What is that? It will take the pattern. Suppose there are 3 tables in this room. Okay. Suppose we are considering 3 tables. So how many users? 4 users, right? There are 4 users here and maybe 5 users on the table. Clear? And suppose we are doing a machine learning technique on this table. Table 1, table 2 and table 3. Is it clear? Say here Sushma Chaudhary is here and other, your name is also Shandeep. You know, we are not disclosing the data. We are taking the pattern out of this table. So similarly, other pattern is coming from other table. And all the 3 patterns are going to the it can be drone, it can be cloud. So ultimately the centralized server is processing the pattern.
But,
so the identity of the human being is not disclosed. So pattern, what kind of pattern? What is the temperature? It can be what is the level of signal, whatever. We are getting the data. So for example, in our WhatsApp, they also use the same federated learning. You know that? WhatsApp uses the same federated learning. Suppose in Calcutta, dengue is high. Then the dengue pattern is coming from various corner. But Delhi maybe it is, pollution is high. So that P for pollution will be high in Delhi. But D for here, everyone will get a dengue. So that pattern will go to the, WhatsApp server. Local pattern to global pattern will be generated and will be distributed to the user. So by this way, the privacy will be preserved and the performance will be better.
If it takes the face recognition,
yes,
suppose, but then it can identify a particular person, right, from the face.
No, that is different thing. But here I am talking about pattern analysis.
But there also how the then privacy can be.
We are not interested in the face recognition.
This is the purpose. One purpose.
One purpose.
Is you are taking a pattern for certain purpose. But suppose like in border security force, they are trying to identify.
So that is a database. They are having the database of own people, Indian people,
yes,
and non-Indian. They accordingly segregate them based on the pattern accordingly.
There, how you are ensuring the privacy?
No, they are actually we are not ensuring the privacy, but because the problem is different. Case is different, right? So if you see in this picture, I have given 3 patterns. YOLO pattern. We are taking the pattern from 1,000 users. So out of 10 lakh people, only 1,000. Why? Why 1,000? Because they are the main contributor. Because they have very good mobile phone. Any company, Samsung, Vodafone, or what is called that, iPhone, they are giving very quality, high quality data. From those quality contributor, we are generating the pattern. This is the training, testing, everything is happening. Global pattern is generated.
You could just explain what you mean by pattern.
Pattern means C for what? Calcutta, right? But during COVID time, you know that when you are using WhatsApp, there is a recommendation system comes, right? then when you are writing the COVID time, then C for not Calcutta will come, COVID will come. Because that is the most frequently highest occurrence word used that time. That pattern.
Oh, that pattern.
See, I'm telling you, we are taking the patterns A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, whatever.
Now got it.
After getting the data from 10 lakh people, we are making a simple sorting. Highest frequency, medium,
Now I've got it.
based on that, recommendations will come to your, we update the WhatsApp message, right? So that is called Federated Learning. Here also we are getting the data from 1,000 people and we are creating this rate pattern. And this rate pattern is going to all the 10 lakhs users. So you are not getting that, we are not training with all people. It's not possible. We have to take the good data, healthy data for training and testing purpose. That is the job of machine learning. So Federated Learning is used by Google in 2016. Okay, so long way. But if you see the 23 largest amount of research is happening in Federated Learning only. Because all the companies, all the government agencies, they are working on Federated Learning only. And if you write a project on Federated Learning, you will get easily. Now, at least. So if you see, all the patterns are going. W1 pattern, W2, W3. But in the reverse, aggregation is happening. Madam, your question. Aggregation is happening. Summation. Then the WG pattern is generated. And this WG is going to everyone, all the drones. Clear? And also there is attack. What is that? If someone gives fake. So you have to identify who is the pen contributor. I think you are all expert in that domain. It's called data poisoning. So there are a lot of challenges are there. Since the time is not there, I'm not discussing in detail. But these are the challenges. A lot of research is going on how to, which is called outlier, right? Outlier means will be out of thing. We will not consider the data itself. So data poisoning is one of the biggest challenge is happening nowadays, right? So you see there are a lot of patterns are there. So your drones are always under attack, especially in the border areas. Another very important, just last point I want to mention that quantum computing, as Sandeep sir has given, you have mentioned quantum computing to discuss here. Just 1 minute. Quantum computing, anyone is using quantum computing here? I use extensively since 2005. I was involved in developing this quantum hardware in UK and which is called that Edinburgh. So that time we used to work in the quantum computer hardware level, hardware and software level. The disadvantage of the quantum computer, have you seen in the Google IBM cloud, which is in the enclosed chamber, which works in the low temperature and low pressure, minus 273 degrees centigrade, and 10 to the power minus 12 millibar pressure. It takes 15 days to vacuum, make the vacuum only. Clear? And this quantum device works in not in bit, qubit, and is much more powerful compared to the bit. So whatever the operation, say for example the global aggregation, it takes a lot of time. And what we are doing, we are putting the job to the quantum computers. I have a project from Amazon with Meiti. So we have the access of those clouds, Amazon cloud. And we are doing this global aggregation. Sorting is done in 10 seconds. But one problem is here. Since it is a cloud-based operation, it always remains in the queue. 2-3 days have to wait because everyone is putting their job scheduling problem, right? But what is the advantage? That it's much more secure and faster, very fast. This thing can be done in very interesting way. Classical means normal cloud computing. Quantum to quantum. You can have a quantum aggregation and quantum learning also. There are 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. 4 combinations are possible. Now people are working for CQ model. I am working in CQ model, means classical to quantum model. Classical data capturing, quantum aggregation, global aggregation. But we are thinking to go for QQ, but it will take time. In India, nothing is happening at this point of time. But you will be happy to know the quantum computer is coming in next year, 3 places in India. And DRDO already started quantum key distribution to the drones. Already successfully implemented. It is already published. And more important, 2 days before, IBM announced they developed 1000 qubit quantum computer. It was 100. It was published in Nature journal. They published 1000 qubit. We are actually developing the quantum circuit, simple like sorting, searching, our own data structure. We are doing it in the circuit format in the quantum hardware. So this is known as quantum machine learning, not machine learning. It's quantum QML. We have one project from that, QML, quantum machine learning. So QKD, quantum repeater, quantum supremacy. China is the one country who can transfer the data to the moon with a quantum key distribution. Only one country in the world. They already developed this high speed. It is already published. You can have high scalability with quantum key distribution using this quantum key. You can see this all quantum qubit distribution. Okay. So we have also written one book called Internet of Drone Things. It is on the press. Maybe next year it will be published. Okay. Thank you.
Well, who knew there was so much to know about drones, and the passion with which Sir spoke, it was, I must say, it was very contagious, and we were so happy to learn all about it. So can I have a huge round of applause, and may I please request Pankaj Sir to present Sir with a memento as a token of gratitude.